In previous video, we discussed that software testing is a process to validate the quality of the product. Today, we will discuss in detail about the process of software testing, which is called as software testing lifecycle. So let's start. Firstly, what is STLC? It means software testing lifecycle. In simple words, life cycle is basically a sequence of stages or activities to accomplish anything. Software testing life cycle is a collection of different activities to test the whole product. STLC refers to a testing process that has specific steps to be executed in a definite sequence to ensure that the quality goals have been met. In the STLC process, each activity is carried out in a planned and systematic manner. Each stage has different goals and tasks. Also, different organizations may have different stages in the STLC as per the different project requirements, but the basics will be same. The complete focus should be on testing a product, understanding the development requirements, and ensuring the product is working as expected. STLC phases start after completion of SDLC phases, means once all phases of software development life cycle are completed and product is ready, then the testing phases start. The end goal of STLC is to find bugs in product and report to the development team for bug fix. Identify any part of the product that's not working smoothly or expected and inform the development team for updates. Even if any organization has best developers, but they are humans and they are bound to make mistakes. The main role of STLC is to find those mistakes and get them fixed. Now let's move to phases of STLC. There are common 6 phases which are used in almost every product. First is requirements analysis, then test planning, test case development, test environment setup, test execution, and last one is test cycle closure. Let's discuss them in detail one by one. So first one is requirements analysis. The first step is to understand the product requirements manually. In this phase, the tester analyzes the documents provided by client, prepare the list of all requirements and queries if anything is missing or not understandable, and get them resolved from technical lead or manager, business analyst, and client. In this phase, testers normally interact with all members and understand all features of product to identify the scope of testing. The target is to make a list of all tasks expected from QA team to be achieved, like what types of tests need to cover. The need of both manual testing and automation testing is also evaluated during this phase. In our next video, we will discuss about difference between manual testing and automation testing in detail. To sum up, in this phase, QA team basically understand the expected output from the product, identify any loopholes or missing requirements in the specifications, collect priorities, perform automation feasibility checks, identify testing techniques, and prepare all list of tasks need to be done by QA team. Second phase is test planning. This is the crucial phase of STLC. The second step is test planning, where all testing strategies are defined. This phase takes place after completion of requirements gathering and analysis phase. Tester analyzes and provides the estimates of time, effort, and cost of the entire product. Identify the activities and resources to meet the testing objectives. The team analyzes the risks involved, Then management finalizes the tools and assigns roles and responsibilities to individuals. The most important task in this step is the test plan, which is a document describing all details of the testing activities for a given project. To sum up, in this phase, prepare test plan documentation, estimate time and efforts, finalize tools and platform, assign tasks to teams and individuals, identify training requirements for any skill set. Third phase is test case development. This phase gets started once the test planning phase is completed. In this phase, testing team write all test cases in details, which includes test inputs, preconditions, test steps, execution conditions, and expected results. Also prepares the required test data for the testing. When all test cases are prepared, then get them reviewed from senior members. Test coverage should be 100%. Any necessary automation test scripts are also created during this phase. The main goal of this phase is to have approved test cases and required automation scripts. Take the sign off of the test cases before the actual execution starts. To sum up this phase, research and gather possible actions on the product, create test cases, prioritize test cases, creation of required test data, prepare automated test scripts for test cases. Fourth is test environment setup phase. Setup of test environment is an independent activity and can be done along with test case development phase. Test environment setup phase is essential part, as without environment, testing is not possible. This phase includes prepare the list of all software and hardware requirements by analyzing the requirement specification. The testing team is not involved in setting up testing environment. Either the developers or the client do all setup. This phase may include testing tools like Selenium, APM, Test Complete, or any other tools and technologies. Sometimes this phase also includes setting up test servers if the project is related to cloud platform. Once all setup is done, execute smoke tests to ensure that the environment is working as per expectation or not. In our next videos, we will cover what is smoke testing and how to perform it. It is the job of QA manager supervising the team to take care of setting up the test environment. To sum up, in this phase, understand minimum requirements, list down all software and hardware requirements for testing, prioritize and set up test environments, execute smoke tests to validate environment. The next phase is test execution. After the test case development and test environment setup phases, test execution phase gets started. In this phase, testing team start actual execution of all test cases on environments prepared in previous stages. Expected test results are compared to actual results, identify bugs and report them to development team for fix. Once the development team fixes the bug, regression testing starts. Regression testing is needed to ensure that the software works even after deploying a minor change. And because the same tests need to be tested again and again after every bug fix and deployment, it is recommended to use test automation scripts. The main deliverables in this phase are test results and bugs reported. To sum up, in this phase, the tasks included are run test cases, identify all deviation from expected behavior of the product, report bugs, and log failed test cases with details. Test again after bug fixes, closing of bugs or defects. Now, last phase is test cycle closure. This is the last stage of STLC. The test cycle closure report includes all the documentation related to software design, development, testing results, reported bugs. A closure report is being prepared which should summarize the entire testing process and the objectives met, total time taken, total costs, test coverage. During this phase, evaluates the strategy of development, testing procedures, possible defects to use the same practices in future if there is any product with same specifications. Also includes what went well, where are the scope of improvements, and what can be improved. It's an essential practice for testers to come together and discuss the conclusion after testing. To sum up, this phase includes verify that all tests are completed, evaluate factors such as quality, test coverage, time, and cost, document the conclusion, discuss the learning, and find out if the testing process can be improved, prepare the test closure report. Thank you for watching. Stay connected for next videos on more topics of software testing.